Hi, Wendy, Ruth, and Elika. It's me, Katie, from Minneapolis. So today we're going to be working on the modern shag haircut. And in preparation for this haircut, I shampooed and conditioned my mannequin's hair with the new Hydrate Sheer shampoo and conditioner. This is the same great formula as the Hydrate shampoo conditioner. This is 100% silicone free and it's a little lighter. So it's ideal for clients who tend to have finer hair that gets weighed down easily. From there, I then sprayed my mannequin's hair with the Color Fanatic 21 Benefits. I use this as a detangling agent, also as a heat protectant, and it's great for cutting, and it's also great as a leave-in conditioner, among other benefits that it has. So from there, I combed my mannequin out and I went into sectioning, and I pre-sectioned my mannequin. And where I started was on the top of the head, and I created a horseshoe section around the top of the parietal ridge, creating horizontal lines on either side, starting from the natural receding points of the mannequin's head, coming around to the top of the parietal ridge around the back. After I sectioned that out of the way, I then created a vertical line down the center of her head, and I subsectioned that into right below the occipital bone, right to the top of the ears, and subsection the top or the middle section of the hair out of the way, creating 2 more sections. So section 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is down here in the nape of the neck. So to start this haircut, which is the modern shag, we're going to create a 1-inch a 1-inch vertical section down the middle of the nape area of the neck. We're going to comb this out vertically towards myself, and we're going to comb it out, and we're going to find 4 inches from the top of the finger. So pulling this out, finding 4 inches, and we're going to start cutting behind the fingers, and we're going to create shorter to longer length. So the shortest length is going to start at the 4 inches up here, and we're going to cut behind, slide cutting, and we're going to drop our elbow down to create length, keeping the length at the bottom. We're not touching the perimeter. So that's going to look a little something like this. Pulling this out vertically, finding 4 inches, coming behind my fingers and slide cutting, dropping my elbow down as I go to keep length. So the next section we're going to work on is right next to the first section. We're going to take another 1-inch section, pull this out vertically, and this time we're going to cut up instead of down. So we're going to pull the section up, and we're going to start from underneath and slide cut up, shorter to longer, keeping the length still. As this falls back down, you'll still have your perimeter length. You're going to over-direct this slightly, this section, to the previous section, and what I like to do is find the top length that I started with is 4 inches from the previous section, and I'm going to keep my tension and pull this hair up and find where this section started, this 4 inches started, and that's where I like to start cutting, my slide cutting from underneath. So pull up vertically, slightly over direct. I'm going to find the length of my 4 inches on top, and I'm going to put my shears behind my fingers again, and I'm going to slide cut up to the length and not cutting the perimeter. As this falls down, you still have your perimeter length. Moving on to the next section, we're going to continue to do this, and what this is called is cross-cutting. And what cross-cutting does is it creates texture and movement throughout the hair. So it's the same idea. We're going to pull this out vertically, slightly over direct, but this time we're going to go on top again. So the first section was on top, second section was underneath, next section is going to be on top again. We're going to find the 4 inches, slightly over direct, shears behind the fingers, and we're going to slide cut, or as Wendy likes to do, the all the way down, still keeping your length and creating texture. So we're going to do this throughout the entire nape of the neck. I'm going to move over to the other side and continue to do this, the exact same technique. And then we will move on to the midsection.